Hey everybody, so today I'm gonna make a Cornish pasty. It's a little meal thing that resembles like a patty that was made during the early days for the miners by their wives. They would take this out as their lunch. And it's a mix of, well, my slight take on it's a mix of turnips, carrots, potatoes, and onion. So you pretty much just dice these up, cook them up a little bit with the meat of lean ground beef and a mixture of pork, half and half. And then you would put it into the pastry, which is going to be made from flour. And in a rectangular shape, you would fold the thing together, put the mixture of the meat and the vegetables in, and you cook it in the oven for a little while until it becomes well cooked and nice and golden brown. So like I said, this is just a slight spin of it that I'm going to make it, but generally this is the way it's done. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. When I'm gonna cut everything up fine. And I'm going to add the meat to it. When I add the meat, I'll show you how that looks. And then I'm going to fry it a little bit up together in a pot just to soften everything up. So when I put it into the actual pastry, it's partially cooked already. Just to give it a little bit less of a cooking time. Okay? I'll show you guys once this is cut up. Okay, so everything's diced up in the pot. You can see it's all there. It's a decent amount. This is all vegetables, onions, carbs, turnip. It's pretty good. So I'm just going to add whole cup of water. I'm going to add a half a cup later. I like this kind of seasoning. It's a spicy medley because I like spice. So I always add a lot of spice just because I like it. I like the flavor of pepper and spice and pepper. And it tastes good. And this is like the bouillon mix I have. So I'm going to pour that in there. And I'm going to get that cooking for probably about 20 minutes on high because I want it to soften up. And midway through I'm going to put in the ground beef and pork mixture and let that cook for a little bit so it's partially cooked when I put it into the mold that I'm gonna make out of the dough. So I'll get back to you when we get on that. Okay, so I'm heating up half a cup of butter in a pot to melt it down, and I'm gonna add that to the flour mixture, which is gonna be, my mix is a special mix of 3 cups flour and 1 cup bran, just because I like a little bit of the texture and additional fiber to it. And then I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt to that mixture as well, and then add that, and then mix that up as best as I can, and then add 1 cup of ice cold water to it, and then mix it up until the dough is ready to be formed. Okay guys, so I added the ground beef and pork mixture. I'm just going to keep mixing a little bit so it's a little bit better separated in the pot, but I can already see some of the vegetables getting a little softer. I'm going to keep doing that a little bit and let it cook for a little bit longer. It's halfway through the time I planned. Okay, in the meantime, as the meat's cooking, I'm going to pour the butter in here. I mixed the flour and salt mixed together. Then I'm going to add the cold water after, and I'll keep mixing it till it forms a nice dough. I'm just going to pour it in here. And I got to get mixing. I got to get this to the mixer. Start mixing, and I'll get back to you. Alright guys, so I think this part is done. As you can see, everything's quite well cooked, reasonably. And soft. The potatoes starting to fall apart, the carrots are getting soft. So that's pretty much what I want. I'm just going to let it cool down, and I'm going to work on making the flour into the shape. Not sure if I'll do rectangle or ball today. We'll see how it works. Alright, so we're getting near the end here. So I've rolled the dough out and flattened it just by hand into like a semi-rectangular shape, as you can see here. I filled it with my mixture that I cooked up, and I'm just letting it cool down a little bit, and then I'm going to use the wax paper that I put it on to fold it down with as little mess as possible. I'm going to close it off like a bit of a patty. So once I do that, the last step will be I'll make a cut on the top, just 1 cut, and then I can put in the oven for cooking. Okay, there you guys go. It's a little bit difficult folding it. I think it's stuck to the wax paper more than I hoped, but it's formed, filled. There's the slits to let air and steam escape. And I'm just waiting for the oven to warm up. It's got to be set at 425 Fahrenheit. And then you put it in there and you wait 45 minutes and she's done. Well, there you guys go. I took it out of the oven exactly as I planned. Crust feels good. Maybe a little bit more burn at the bottom than I like, but I'll flip it over and see how it looks, and then I'll cut into it and you guys can see how it looks. Alright, so I flipped it. This is the bottom. Not bad. Only a little bit of burn. Alright, let's bite into it, see how this looks. Yeah, it looks good. Looks like it cooked well. Yeah. Awesome. Well, there you go, guys. That's my take on the Cornish pasty that the miners use back in the day, especially in Michigan. I bet you in Cobalt up north, Sudbury area, same thing probably if they came from that area. And it's pretty fit. It's a good meal kind of replacement. There you go. You got everything in it: fiber, meat, carbs, you name it, some seasoning. So it's just a pretty good treat. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching.